Hello, guys, and welcome to our first reading of the year 2026. Welcome, guys. Yeah, so if you remember last time, we were in First Samuel, verse 18, and then we read from verse 1 until verse 30, where we learned about David and Jonathan's friendship. So well, David and Jonathan's friendship was introduced, and then after that, Saul's jealousy to David. So Saul the king being jealous of his own servant. Yeah, and then from there we learned about David marrying Michal. Michal, if you remember, was Saul's daughter. So Michal loved David, and then he was like, "Yes, I want to marry you." And yeah, so luckily, because David got the foreskins, like 200 foreskins of the Philistines, and then that was his dowry. So yeah, and then yeah, now David is married to Saul's daughter, and yeah, now we are going to read verse chapter 19, which goes from verse 1 until verse 24. It doesn't seem to be that long. And today we're going to learn about Saul trying to kill David. Remember, Saul is the king and David is just, well, as far as we know, Saul doesn't know yet that David has been anointed king after him already. So as far as we know, Saul is just being jealous because God is in, like, David just exudes God's presence. Everything that he does, he just wins. So as far as we know right now, it's still like that. So he is basically just being jealous of his servant. And he had all of these things, mind you. He had the relationship with God, but he chose not to, like, what is that? Take part of it. Take a part of it. He just like, nah, you're God. He never accepted or acknowledged the relationship. So he always said God was the God of Samuel. God was the God of someone else, and he never saw the relationship with himself. So I guess, yeah, he forfeited it then. Okay, now verse 1. Saul tries to kill David. And Saul spoke to Jonathan his son and to all his servants, but they should kill David. So if you remember now, David is now friends with Jonathan, and Jonathan is Saul's son. And now Saul is going to Jonathan his son, and his servants, hey, you should kill David. Yeah, why? But Jonathan, Saul's son, delighted much in David. So as we know, Jonathan likes David. So it's like, why? Why would you want me to kill him? And Jonathan told David, Saul, my father, seeks to kill you. Therefore, be on your guard in the morning. Stay in a secret place and hide yourself. So good friend. I don't know if we still have like this kind of friends who would, forfeit the relationship with their father or someone in power just to save their friend. So I know, like right now, a lot of people would rather gain favor with the king than save their friends. So this shows the kind of heart that Jonathan had, the kind of character Jonathan had. So yeah, he went to tell David, like, hey, my father's trying to kill you. You should be aware and hide yourself, guard yourself in the morning to protect yourself. And I will go out and stand beside my father in the field where you are, and I will speak to my father about you. And if I learn anything, I will tell you. So this is Jonathan's strategy. Okay, my father's trying to kill you. Protect, like, yeah, just be aware of everything. And then in the morning, because like back then, if you remember, the kings didn't stay in the house, just in their, yeah, the main castles, just being powerful and not doing anything. The kings had to go out and get their hands dirty. So now, so David, Jonathan, oh, wow, all the three names. Now Jonathan goes to David like, hey, my father is trying to kill you. So, but I was thinking like, how about I will go out and stand beside my father in the morning and in the field where you are. So yeah, basically Jonathan knows where David is. Like, yeah, we will come here in the morning and then I will stand beside my father and I will ask him about you. I will talk to him about you. And if I learn anything, I will tell you. That's a good friend. I love Jonathan. And Jonathan spoke well of David to Saul his father and said to him, let not the king sin against his servant David, because he has not sinned against you and because his deeds have brought good to you. This is a good friend. He's standing up to his father. He's like, okay, king, don't sin against David. He didn't do anything to you. Like the man never sinned against you. So don't sin against him. For he took his life in his hands and struck down the Philistine. No. That's what I hate. And Jonathan spoke of David to Saul his father. Let not the king sin against his servant, because he has not sinned against you. So don't sin against David, because David has not sinned against you. And because his deeds have brought good to you. Now this is what we want. Like, the hard works of David have brought good to you. You need to acknowledge that. Like, you are enjoying your kingship because David defeated Goliath, and everything in between, David did that. So you need to acknowledge that this is not just you. So this is Jonathan telling his father Saul. For he took his life in his hands and he struck down the Philistine, and the Lord worked a great salvation for all Israel. So if you remember, David struck down Goliath, and you need to remember that. You need to accept that. And the Lord was with him. Jonathan acknowledges that David wouldn't have been able to do any of this had the Lord not been with him. So yeah, why then will you sin against innocent blood by killing David without cause? Good boy. I feel like we need men like this. I don't know if we still have them, because obviously I'm not a man and I don't necessarily bump into a lot of men with this kind of character. So Jonathan, we love you. We love you. And Saul listened to the voice of Jonathan. So as the Lord lives, he shall not be put to death. So I guess after Jonathan told him all of this, Saul kind of understood, okay, yeah, I'm in the wrong here. I'm the one who's in the wrong. So yeah, okay. As the Lord lives, he shall not be put to death. This is Saul speaking. As the Lord lives, David shall not be put to death. And Jonathan called David, and Jonathan reported to him all these things. And Jonathan brought David to Saul, and he was in his presence as before. So after all of this, Jonathan called David and told him everything. And yeah, after that, after telling him everything, then after telling him everything, and then now they went into Saul's presence as everything was before. So basically, now Saul is not crazy anymore. Now everything is back to normal. Saul is not crazy anymore. And there was great war. There was war. And then there was war again. There was war again. So David and Saul and Jonathan made up, and then now there's war again. And David went out and fought with the Philistines and struck them with a great blow. So they fled before him. So now again, there's war. David goes out and then strikes the Philistines, and then they flee. And yeah, so it was so severe that they were like, no, we have to run for our lives. Then a harmful spirit from the Lord came upon Saul, and he sat in his house with his spear in his hand. I feel like God here is just taunting Saul. It's like, nah, you're too peaceful. You're too peaceful. Like, yeah, yeah. So, because after the war now, a harmful spirit from the Lord comes upon Saul, and while he is in his house and is holding his spear in his hand, and David was playing the lyre. So David is just playing the lyre, and then Saul, a harmful spirit from the Lord, just comes upon David, and with Saul holding his and Saul sought to pin David to the wall with the spear, but he eluded Saul so that he struck the spear into the wall, and David fled and escaped that night. So Saul threw the spear to David, but then David got out of the way, and then the spear struck the wall. And then David was like, "Nope, you don't have to tell me again. I'm out of here." Saul sent messengers to David's house to watch him, that he might kill him in the morning. But Michal, David's wife, told him, good wife. So Saul, like after seeing that he could not kill an innocent man, he sent messengers to David's house to watch him so that he can come in the morning and kill him. But Michal, Saul's daughter, who is now David's wife, warned him, like, hey, if you do not escape with your life tonight, tomorrow you will be killed. Simple. So if you don't run tonight, tomorrow you won't have a life. So that's Michal warning David. So Michal let David down the window, and he fled away and escaped. So obviously they were in their room, and then Michal, after telling David everything, she let him down the window, and then he got out of there. Michal took an image and laid it on the bed and put a pillow of goat's hair at its head and covered it with the clothes. So yes, after everything Michal did, David escaping, so he was like, I have to maybe prolong Saul finding out that David is not here for as long as possible. So then he took an image and laid it on the bed. So I don't know image in what sense, because according to my understanding, an image is like a photo. No, like a picture. I don't know. So he took an image and laid it on the bed, and laid it on the bed and put a pillow of goat's hair at its head and covered it with the cloth. So sleeping image on the bed, and then goat's hair on the head, covered it with a cloth. So when Saul or the messengers look at the thing, they will think it's David, obviously, because he's covered, he's sleeping. And when Saul sent messengers to take David, she said, he is sick. So that's self-explanatory. Saul sent messengers to get David, but then she was like, no, he's sick. Here, he's sick, he's sleeping. Then Saul sent the messengers to see David, saying, bring him up to me in the bed, that I may kill him. So now Saul is like, I don't care. So like, yeah, remember Saul sent messengers to David, and then Michal told Saul that David is sick, so he can't come with you. But then Saul sent the messengers again, and he's like, no, bring him with this bed so that I may kill him. I mean, you don't even want him to get healthy again. I guess if you're going to kill someone, there's no point of them getting healthy if they're going to die anyway. So Saul says, bring him up to me in the bed that I may kill him. And when the messengers came in, behold, the image was in the bed with a pillow of goat's hair on its head. So when the messengers came in and they saw the image, like everything Michal has set up, Saul said to Michal, why have you deceived me thus and let my enemy go so that he has escaped? Who said David is your enemy, Saul? That's my question. You made him your enemy. He was your ally. Like the entire time he was there, he had your back. But you, out of your jealousy, you chose to have him as your enemy. And now you are trying to kill the Lord's anointed. Why? Why? Now he's reprimanding his daughter, like, why did you deceive me and let my enemy go? Now he has escaped. But remember, David is Michal's husband. So he's not just anyone. She was actually saving her husband from her father. Yeah, the woman was put in a tough position. And Michal answered, he said to me, let me go. Why should I kill you? And this is what Michal saying to Saul. Uh, he said, he said to me, let me go. So Michal is lying here because David never said, let me go. Why should I kill you? Why should Saul kill him? So David never said that, but Michal is lying to save David. And now David fled and escaped, and he came to Samuel at Ramah and told him all that Saul had done to him. Yeah, so after escaping, now David goes to Saul. He's like, yeah, I'm going to tell on you. I'm going to tell on you. So David goes to Saul at Ramah and tells him everything that Saul had done. And he and Samuel went and lived at Naioth. So from Ramah, they all left. David and Samuel, they left and lived at Ramoth. And it was told Saul, behold, David is at Ramoth in Ramah. So yeah. Oh, they're still in Ramah. So Saul was told that, no, David is at Ramoth. So who are these idiots trying to get favor with this mad king? Yeah. Then, yeah, they told Saul that David is at Ramoth in Ramah. Then Saul sent messengers to take David, and when they saw the company of the prophets prophesying, and Samuel standing as head over them, the Spirit of God came upon the messengers of Saul, and they also prophesied. I think this is just God just being funny. Remember, like, the messengers were there to get David, to make sure that they get David, but then they get there and then they find David with Samuel and then all the other prophets. They were prophesying, and now the messengers find them, and then now all of a sudden they start prophesying. They're supposed to get David, but now they are joining David in what he's doing because of the Spirit of the Lord came upon them. And so the messengers of Saul started to prophesy. When it was told Saul, he sent other messengers. So Saul was told all of this, and then he sent other messengers, and they also prophesied. It's like Saul was told, okay, they are prophesying now. What should we do? Saul then sent other messengers, and then those messengers now prophesied again. It's like, yeah, to show you that this is God's hand. You do what you do, and God will show you that, yes, he can do what he does. And Saul sent messengers again the third time, and they also prophesied. How long is it going to take you to learn, Saul? So he sent messengers again for the third time, and still this time they prophesied. So now it's not like he was sending one messenger. So we don't know how many messengers he was sending. So now it's basically a group, a church of people prophesying. They are all there prophesying. Yeah. All because Saul wanted to kill David. Yeah. Then he himself went to Ramah and came to the great well that is in Seku, and he asked, where are Samuel and David? And one, okay. So yeah, after sending basically 3 groups of messengers, Saul was like, okay, fine, I'll go myself then. Instead of just sending these people, I will go. Okay. And then he went, and then he got there and then asked the people in Seku, like, where are Samuel and David? And one said, behold, they are at Naioth in Ramah. So he got to Seku and asked the people, where are Saul and David? And they're like, no, they're in Naioth in Ramah. And he went there to Raioth in Ramah, and the Spirit of God came upon him also. And he went and he prophesied until he came to Riot in Rama. This is what I mean. God is just being funny. Send 3 groups of messengers, and then when they couldn't like get anything done, like Saul was like, okay, fine, I'll just do this myself. And then he gets there, and now he also joins them. He's also prophesying. Yeah. And he too stripped off his clothes, and he too prophesied before Samuel, and lay naked all that day and that night. That okay, so yes. So I guess when they were prophesying, they had to strip off their clothes and lay naked. So yeah, so he got there and joined them, and then now he was also prophesying. And that is where they say, is Saul also among the prophets? Thus it is said. So people were like, oh, Saul is also among the prophets after he started prophesying. Like, remember, you were on a mission to get David. So are you now also a prophet? What's going on? So is Saul changing his profession? Yeah. So that's about it for today. It was not as long considering how long others are. So yeah, next time, not next week, we're going to learn about Jonathan warning David, the kind of friend that we all need. Verse 20. Yeah. And that's it. And Happy New Year, everyone. See you in our next reading. Goodbye.